Bob Show! Ford Motor Company of Australia presents the 4-Show Orchestra led by Bob Gibson with Peggy Brooks, Darrell Stewart, and Ray Dixon, while your master of ceremonies is Hayes Gordon.
And a special guest this evening by special arrangement with David and Martin Tivoli Circuit. Tonight, Ford presents one of England's most celebrated stars, Shirley Bassey.
A friend of mine once thought that only a big car he couldn't afford could give what he wants in motoring. Then he bought the latest Prefect. Now he's the happiest fella because Prefect is the biggest small budget car ever built, giving so much more than he expected. He's an enthusiast because Prefect's 10-horsepower engine is a power producer that puts new zest into light car driving. Top gear performance is surprising with its pickup and flexibility in traffic. There's plenty in reserve for the toughest climbing and cruising at sustained speeds. It gives up to 40 miles per gallon and yet has that big car feel. He likes Prefect's well-proportioned look and is proud that it's often mistaken for a bigger car. He enjoys the roominess to stretch in, the wider scope vision, which lets him see all of the road all the time. He almost brags about the amount of luggage he can pack into the mighty big boot. This happy fellow's experience can be yours. Just ask your friendly Ford dealer to arrange a test drive in the latest Prefect, and you'll be convinced that it really is the biggest small budget car ever built.
Right about here, I'd like to introduce one of the finest young singers in the country today. Darrell Stewart sings, I Only Have Eyes for You.
The stars out tonight. I don't know if it's cloudy or bright, 'cause I only have eyes for you, dear. The moon may be high, but I can't see a cloud in the sky, 'cause I only have eyes for you. I don't know if we're in the garden or on a crowded avenue. Maybe millions of people pass by, and they all disappear from view. And I only have eyes for you.
Tonight on the Ford Show Orchestra under Bob Gibson. From the steppes of Eastern Asia comes a Russian fairy tale set against the snow-capped plains of blizzardly cold Siberia and reenacting the fabulous adventures of a boy, a bird, and a big bad wolf. So here they are, maneuvering through the pine forest, each figure etched sharply against the vivid folk music of Prokofiev, which describes with rare delicacy the midnight encounter of Peter and the wolf.
Giving good service is the cornerstone on which your friendly Ford dealer builds his business. It's good business to keep Ford owners happy and content with their cars, commercials, and trucks. If you're a Ford owner, now is the time to visit your nearby Ford dealer and have a ride and drive checkup. This covers your vehicle's springs, shock absorbers, clutch, and universal joints. During the summer and Christmas seasons, most motorists do more than average mileage, and it's essential that these components are in top condition to maintain efficient riding conditions. Call in tomorrow and get your ride and drive report from your friendly Ford dealer. This ride and drive checkup can save you real money and prolong the life and efficiency of your Ford.
From way back in the 20s comes an invitation card.
It's issued for this evening by Hayes Gordon.
And Peggy Brooks. And it bids you to share a sentimental moment with a grand old number.
Yes, it's that famous tete-a-tete, T for two.
Picture you upon my knee with T for two and two for tea. Me for you and you for me alone.
Nobody near us to see us or hear us, no friends or relations on weekend vacations. We won't have it known, dear, that we own a telephone, dear.
Day will break and you'll awake and start to bake a sugar cake for me to take, for all the boys to see.
We will raise a family,
A boy for me,
and a girl for me.
can't you see how happy we will be? Peggy, don't you think it's nice singing the old songs?
Oh, yes, Hazen. This is one of my very great favorites. And don't you love Bob Gibson's arrangement?
Oh, I like the whole Ford-show orchestra when I play this kind of music. Say, why don't we invite Bob out after the show tonight, huh?
That's a good idea. After all, we can easily make tea for two into tea for three.
Day will break, and you'll awake and start to bake a sugar cake for me to take, for all the boys to see. We will raise a family,
A girl for me?
and a boy for me. Can't you see how happy we will be?
And now, by special arrangement with David and Martin, we present as tonight's guest of Ford, the star of the current Tivoli show, Rhythm Express, England's Shirley Bassey.
This moment on, you for me, dear, only two for tea, dear. From this moment on, from this very day, no more blue songs, only whoop-de-doo songs. From this moment on, you've got the love I need so much. Got the skin I love to touch. Got the arms to hold me tight. Got the sweet lips to kiss me goodnight. From this moment on, you and I, babe, will be riding high, babe. Every care is gone. You've got the love I need so much. Got the skin I love to touch. Got the arms to hold me tight. Got the sweet lips to kiss me goodnight. From this moment on, you and I, babe, we'll be riding high, babe. Every care is gone. From this moment on. I've got you under my skin. I've got you deep in the heart of me. So deep in my heart, you're really a part of me. I've got you under my skin. I'd sacrifice anything, come what might, for the sake of having you near, in spite of a warning voice that comes in the night and repeats in my ear. Don't you know, little fool, you never can win. Use your mentality, wake up to reality. But each time I do, just the thought of you makes me stop before I begin. 'Cause I've got you under my skin. I'd sacrifice anything, come what might, for the sake of having you near. Each time I do, just the thought of you makes me stop before I begin. 'Cause I've got you. Oh yes, I've got you. Ooh, I've got you. Under my skin.
Shirley, that was lovely. I'd like to take this opportunity to extend the official welcome to you, Shirley, to the Ford Show, and, of course, a little bit late to Australia.
Thank you.
I believe just before you got here, you took your international driver's test.
Yes, I did, yes.
Yes. Are you going to drive in Australia now that you've got
No,
it?
I don't think so, no. I'm terrified of the traffic here because you have no, traffic lights, you know?
No traffic lights.
Well, they're the traffic seems to cross like that, you know? People don't care.
Well, I don't know what you expected before you got here, Shirley. I suppose you did have some definite preconceptions of what you'd find when you got here, probably kangaroos in the streets and all that sort of thing.
And koala bears, too.
And koala bears, yes. Climbing up the very tall buildings.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what did you think before you got here?
Well, I knew that you had wonderful sunshine all year round, you know, and that's just what I like.
Yeah.
And that I heard that the Australian people were the friendliest people.
That they definitely are.
And they are, too. I
I-
found that out. And I've only been here a few days, but I found that out for myself. Very nice people.
Yes, Shirley, I hold with you on that because I found the same thing when I first got here. It has lovely sunshine. It also has excellent beaches. I suppose you're going to take full advantage of those.
I'll go on the beach, but not in the water.
Why?
No, because I heard about these sharks, you know.
Well, I hope you don't believe everything you hear that way. Shirley, I believe you're recording for Phillips.
Yes, I am, yes.
Well, what's the latest on the labels for you?
You Romeo.
Romeo.
Yes.
Are you talking to me?
Yes. Yeah, yes.
I was hoping you were. Didn't suppose you'd give us a little bit of a sampling of something that you've been recording?
Yes, I'd like to very much.
Lovely. We'd like to hear it.
I blush to think how many, many men have asked for a kiss from me. I blush to think how many, many men I have answered no, siree. I listened to my pepper as a girl, I'm proper as a girl can be. I wish to thank the many, many men for the properness in me they say. But as for you, you Romeo, you see a human dynamo. Hug you till you holler, uncle, squeeze you till you're black and blue, kiss you till you beg for mercy, haunt you till you say I do owe you. Romeo, as for you Romeo, oh, what love your baby has for you. I blush to think how many, many times my affection men would seek. Perhaps a good night kiss I'd allow to be placed upon my cheek. I listened to my pepper as a girl, I'm proper as a girl can be. I wish to thank the many, many men for the properness in me they see. But as for you, you great big sap, you run into a booby trap. Who'll hug you till you holler, uncle, squeeze you till you black and blue, kiss you till you beg for mercy, haunt you till you say I do owe you. Romeo, Look out, oh, what love your baby has. Oh, what love your baby has. Oh, what love your baby has. Oh, yeah. Let me sing a funny song with crazy words that roll along. And if my song can't start you laughing, I'm happy, happy. Let me sing a sad refrain of broken hearts that loved in vain. And if my song can't start you crying, I'm happy. Let me croon a low-down blues to lift you out of your seats. If my song can reach your shoes, start you tapping your feet, I'm happy. Let me sing all Dixie's charms, the Swanee shore and mother's arms. And if my song can make you homesick, I'm happy. Let me croon a low-down blues to lift you out of your seats. If my song can reach your shoes and start you tapping your feet, I'm happy. Let me sing all Dixie's charms, the Swanee shore and mother's arms. And if my song can make you homesick, I'm happy. I'm glad. Thank you. Thank you very much for your wonderful reception, ladies and gentlemen. And now for my final number, I would like to sing to you another of my recordings entitled Fire Down Below. Don't believe my eyes, they're the coldest eyes, but I'm not so cold. Let me put you wise. Keeping the temperature so low, this is a work of art. Oh, there's a fire down below in my heart. And my crazy lips, they're such lazy lips, but they'll come to life should we come to grips. If you have anything in mind, warn you before you start. So there's a fire down below in my heart. Now that you're getting my number, you know what I'm talking about. I'm on the coal and the lumber. Don't let the fire go out. I'll admit my face is the quiet type. This can all be changed when the time is right. Call out the volunteer brigade, call out the fire carts. There's a fire down below in my heart. Now that you're getting my number, you know what I'm talking about. I'm on the coal and the lumber. Don't let the fire go out. I'll admit my face is the quiet type. This can all be changed when the time is right. Call out the volunteer brigade. Call out the fire cats. There's a fire down below, down below, down below, down below in my heart. Down below in my heart.
Isn't she wonderful? And it's thank you to the star of David N. Martin's Rhythm Express, England's Shirley Bassey.
This week, the Ford Show featured as guest star England's Shirley Bassey with Darrell Stewart, Peggy Brooks, Ray Dixon, the Ford Show Orchestra led by Bob Gibson, and your master of ceremonies was Hayes Gordon. The Ford Show is produced and directed by Darcy Fitzgerald.
A reminder, too, to listen for the Ford Show again at the same time next week, presented by Ford Motor Company of Australia. The Ford Show is broadcast over an Australia-wide network to our armed forces and shortwave listeners around the world through Radio Australia. So, until the same time next week, it's good night from
F-O-R-D.
And remember, wherever you go, wherever you are, watch the Fords go by.